Right, hello guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm doing something a little different. I'm doing a review on a. Hold on, let me turn this off. I'm doing a review on something that I have purchased. It's a bit of an upgrade for the channel because what I was using is a little bit outdated, but let's see what it is. Right, I bought myself a Dji Osmo Action. This is a camera that rivals the GoPro Hero 7 Black. I went for this over the Hero because there's a fair few features on here that I think kind of outperform the Hero 7 Black, but we'll talk through them in a minute. Right, let's get on with it. I have not opened this at all. This arrived while I was at work. I knew it was coming. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, DJI, obviously, as most people know DJI for their drones. As you can see there, DJI. I've got a DJI Spark, and you know, it's an absolutely brilliant bit of kit. And you know, these guys really know what they're doing. And I think this camera is either going to kind of make or break this company, or whether they can branch out into making cameras. But by the looks of it, this thing is already doing pretty bloody well, considering the price tag as well. Right, let's let me get a little knife and we'll slice this thing open. I'll be very careful because I'm quite OCD. I hate damaging boxes. I hate damaging anything that's like to keep stuff new, basically. Anyone else quite satisfied when you get to peel something brand new off? Have a look, come on. Right, I think that we are in. Kind of, we're in. Right, so, okay, before we open this, let's look at the box. Okay, so, this is obviously what it looks like. And as you can see, there is a lot of watermarks around it, which suggests that it is waterproof, which it is. On the back here, as you can see, it tells us one of the features on it that kind of made me buy it. It has a dual screen. It does record in 4K. It's waterproof to 11 meters without a case. And yeah, just it looks like a bloody good camera. So you know, for what we do, and it's also got a mode on it called Rocksteady, which is image stabilization. So anyway, right, before we jump into all that, let's see what's in the box. So if I turn around, actually, so you guys can see this properly, the right way up. So right, here we go. Okay, oh wow, oh, that's actually quite nice. Oh, okay, and it's got the stand as well. That's quite good. Let's see if I can address this first. Put it over there. Right. Okay. What do you guys think of that? That is very, 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 very nice. Oh. Oh, okay. Look. A nice little clip on it at the top here. I don't know how you release that. That's going to be a. The only problem with me is I haven't got nails. So, oh, here we go. There you go. Yeah. So, flicks up and then lifts. And I'm going to guess that this will just. Okay guys, I can't actually get this out. There we go. Okay, so yeah, this is the case. Obviously, all of these are compatible, from what I've been told, with the DJI mounts. I would show you it, but it's actually on my old camera that I'm using now. Yeah, as you can see, these will all screw on to head mounts, chest mounts, which DJI obviously also have their own brand. It's got, well, looks okay. It's got a little record button on top, which obviously will push into the top of this one. And it's got a display. What's this? Hold on. Display button, so display and record. We'll find out what them settings are a little later on. Okay, so a little look at the camera. That is quite heavy. I'm not gonna lie to you. And we haven't even got the battery in it yet, by the looks of it. That is a heavy camera. But yeah, as you can see, guys, the reason I bought this camera. See that screen there? That is a absolutely beautiful selfie screen, which no other action camera has that I know of. Well, not to this quality anyway, but yeah. So guys, I do just need to mention I'm not endorsed or sponsored by DJI. This isn't a paid advertisement. This is literally just my review on this kind of brilliant little camera I've bought, and yeah, this is hopefully gonna broaden our channel kind of options. And yeah, I said this isn't sponsored. DJI haven't given me anything for doing this. I'm literally just doing this off my own back, and hoping that kind of I can show others how good this camera really is. So yeah guys, okay, so right one is shutter button and the left one is power, display off, display on. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Basically DJI finally announced its own action camera to take on GoPro and other rivals. The Osmo Action has got plenty of neat features in, and it's hopefully going to be a great option and great choice for this channel. As you consider DJI's history in making products that involve cameras, actually drones, gimbals, which they're bloody good at, it's kind of a little hard to believe that Osmo Action is its first action camera, but it is, and it's better late than never. So this retailed at £329, I believe, which isn't a bad price. That is, I think the DJI, the GoPro Hero 7 retailed for £379. So if I'm right, 57, yeah, that's still like a 40 quid saving, which, you know, money's money in this day and age. Obviously, because this is quite a new camera, even though I've noticed this now, I've been trying to, literally before I just got this camera, I haven't even used it yet, and I've been trying to buy another battery for it, just because, you know, when we go on explores we need more batteries, and there is a neat feature on this, to keep your to extend the battery life, but I would still rather have a few batteries. And now in this box, I'm going to guess, I'm pretty sure that you get I hate damage and stuff. Right, I'm pretty sure that you get, oh, hello, okay, right, hold on. Right, so that is a sticky mount, that's a swivel mount as well. Nice, okay. Got a little swivel mount here, quick release swivel mount as well. Very nice. Have a, oh, that's a USB-C, okay, interesting. Okay, yeah, USB-C charging cable. Another, looks like a rotational mount. And this, guys, okay, what's this one on? These are, oh, okay, booklet. DJI always, like, with all their drones as well, they've got literally, look, their booklet is hench. You ain't going to get a better booklet, a better instructions. Any other company, DJI do it the best. Okay, and this is the battery. Don't know why you can see this this is the reason I bought this camera, because the one I'm using is not as good. Now, so yeah, you get a case of it. Okay, so it literally just latches up, and these are the batteries. I think they've kind of been smart in making these batteries. Although look, you have the battery here, you've also got the bottom of the camera. That is the bottom of the camera, so you can't go out and purchase other batteries that may fit it and use them, because I believe that the bottom of this, yeah, it creates the circuit. So yeah, they've been smart. But yeah, this little case, obviously the battery fits in there nice and neat. They've also got a slot for your SD card as well. Can't see on this camera very well, can you? Yeah, little slot for the SD card right there. So yeah, that's not too bad. Quite a smart little idea. Okay guys, yeah, so on kind of first inspection of this, it does look a lot like the Hero 7. Pretty much all cameras have used the same design, and on the whole, the Osmo Action is no exception. It's basically a compact rectangle with the lens sticking out. Yeah, so it looks like, yeah, the Hero 7. They tend to copy each other, don't they? There isn't really much you can do. The grey finish has got like a subtle texture. It is perhaps kind of a deliberate choice to look a little different. As is the round lens cover, in contrast to GoPro's more square shape. Then just take the hair unscrews, which might seem a bit odd, but see if you can easily replace it. Should have missed that with her. And then you buy like a neutral density filter to attach. There isn't really much you can do with the action design of the action camera. The things are pretty much as you'd expect. There's a cover hiding the ports, which is just here, which I believe slides down like this. As you can see there. And the battery clips in on both sides with the orange paint, which is just here. The orange bit, hold on, sorry, I'm not even in shot. The orange paint indicating if it's not in properly. So as you bring this up to the camera, there's contact ports at the bottom here. There's contact ports in here as well. So if you just tap it in, I believe it just goes. Hold on, and there you go. It pops in. Oh, and a little light pops on the front as well. Kind of the back of this camera is almost entirely a touchscreen. It's fairly chunky buttons as well on top. For, like I said, you've got your you've got your power button and your shutter record. Third button on the side, which is labelled QS, stands for quick set, and it lets you cycle through different modes, and you can choose which one's available via the software. So, for example, you can just flip between the two you use most, i.e. like either pictures, video, slow-mo, whatever. The most interesting design feature of the Osmo Action is the display at the front. This is what I was on about earlier on. Although GoPro has one, it just displays basic info. This is a fully LCD screen. DJI has managed to fit a proper screen here, so you can get a preview of what the camera sees. It's basically a selfie screen and it's absolutely brilliant, kind of when you're doing a lot of vlogging and stuff. And last but not least, the DJI Osmo Action is dust and shock proof. Oh god, don't want to damage it. Plus it can be used underwater to a depth of 11 meters without the need for an additional casing. So whereas this camera I'm using is an SJ6 Legend, it is a kind of rival to the GoPro, but it's a low budget version, but it's still brilliant. It did 4K but only at 30 frames per second, so it's not really what I need. This thing is full 4K. But yeah, so yeah, you don't need any casing to this to go underwater, 11 meters, and you'll also be fine. And coincidence or not, but it's 1 meter more than the GoPro Hero 7 Black, so they've obviously had to kind of put one better on them there. As well as a rear screen, which obviously I believe is 2.25 inches. The smaller one on the front is 1.4 inches. Both screens are over 300 ppi, so they're nice and crisp, and they offer, well, kind of a quoted whopping brightness of 750 nits, so you'll be able to see them even in bright light. Another cool feature that this thing is really trying to kind of how it's selling itself is something called Rocksteady. This thing here, if the Osmo Action is DJI's answer to Hero 7, which is meant to be, then the Rocksteady is its answer to Hypersmooth. Comparison. This is essentially an advanced electronic image stabilization, where the image is cleverly cropped to remove shakes and other movement, resulting in a smoother video. This comes in extremely handy if you're attaching the camera to something like a bike or, I don't know, car or something like that. My other camera, well, doesn't have it, but my editing software does. I can do that, but it ruins it, and you know, it needs to be done through the camera. The feature is available at most resolutions and frame rates, apart from 1080p once you go over 60 frames per second. You can't use it for 720p or 4K in 4.3. So, but that's not really a huge problem if we're completely honest. The Osmo Action doesn't have the ability to live stream your footage like the Hero 7 Black. That is one thing that was maybe stopping me from doing it, but live streaming, you've got to connect to your phone most probably, you know, or be on a hotspot, and it drains your phone. It's not worth it for me. You know, I'd rather save my battery life for recording my explores. And yeah, I was quite happy to buy this and not worry too much about that. But yeah, the Rocksteady stabilisation is definitely up there with the GoPro's Hypersmooth. You know, if I had a Hero 7, I'd compare it side by side, but I can't. Obviously, all I've really got to compare against is my old camera, but this is no. Sorry, the SJ6 is no match for this. So yeah, unfortunately, we can't do a full comparison, but you know, we can talk about it and kind of understand where I'm coming from. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it on. So if we hold the display button, let's see what happens. Okay guys, so it's come up with the word English and it's touchscreen, so we're going to go ahead and touch that. It's going to let me put it, hold on. Okay, what's the choice now? It said, oh okay, I'm going to have to take this cover off guys. Ready for people to be satisfied. Wait a second, let's move this down a bit. Ooh, beautiful guys, beautiful. So bloody hell, this is a clear camera, and I've got the cover on as well. Yeah, I believe, as we said, obviously the rear screen is touch sensitive, and you know, looking at this, the interface is nicely intuitive, and kind of without reading any manuals or reviewer's guides, we're going to be able to quickly get to grips with it. I've kind of seen a few things. Everything seems to be gesture based, I believe. So you're kind of swiping from the edges to some of the different menus. Okay, enough for the right, down. There you go. I'm not going to go for every setting because I don't really understand them yet myself. If you go from the bottom, oh there you go, yeah, see look, so from the bottom you can do it. If you swipe from the bottom, you can adjust the recording settings, and from the left, how is that not? Ah, okay, yeah, so the left is your gallery, and you can't view it yet because there's no SD card. At the top there's many various settings, like what we've got, auto rotate, screen lock, where's that, somewhere there, yeah, brightness control by the looks of it, and you can also switch between the front and the rear camera, screen, sorry. If you tap the rear screen twice with 2 fingers, see that switch thing? Now I'll put the little screen on the front. That is, I'm going to have to look at that, sorry, I've just got to look at that myself. That is absolutely brilliant. Wow. 4K at 30 frames per second, that is naughty guys. Yeah, so if I do it again, back again, double touch, there you go. It's going to keep telling me to activate until I spend the money and activate this bloody camera. That's basically meaning guys I can get DJI Care Refresh, which I got on the Spark, I think it's about 39 quid. Basically means I get 2 new cameras if I break mine. So yeah, that's not a bad idea. I believe you can even use voice commands on this thing. So if it's out of reach or you're using the app and it's inconvenient, including this kind of switch screen, you can also say like shut down, I think it should like take photo, start recording, stop recording, things like that. But obviously you're going to hear yourself saying it, so on the camera, so just bear that in mind. In terms of battery life, you're going to get close to 2 hours of recording, 1080p and 30 frames per second without Rocksteady. Without Rocksteady is really going to take your usage time down from what DJI is saying. I think it goes down to like 90 minutes of recording time on 4K, 30 frames per second with Rocksteady. So that's all your features enabled, kind of taking up the most battery life, which isn't a lot. And my Explorers guys last ages. If you want to record at 4K at 60p, then you'll get about an hour without Rocksteady. So yeah, it's I think we're just going to lay off the Rocksteady as much as we might use it. I think we'll lay off it for the moment when we're walking around and stuff. But yeah, honestly, it doesn't look like a bad camera. I think I'm going to have a proper play with it and set up, you know, how I really want to use it, and yeah, definitely get to grips with the camera. Yeah, I was just basically showing you guys, you know, this is kind of what we're going to be using on the channel now, and definitely lift a little bit, keep it. It is heavy, it's definitely heavy. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to show you. This little thing here, that is the compartment for the USB-C and charger port and the SD card. But I believe, I'm not going to try it now without breaking it, without finding out how to do it. Hold on. This does unclip, yeah? So, what I'm saying about the trick about battery life, although you might only get 90 minutes, you can plug a power pack. You can take this little flap off, plug in the quick release mount, and then this little strap. Obviously, obviously the cameras are waterproof then, but you can plug in an external battery or power pack, and you will still be able to use that camera, and it will charge the battery while you're using it. So that's a nifty little idea. Kind of the verdict of this: the DJI Osmo Active is an extremely impressive action camera. Basically, so I'm kind of wondering why DJI has taken so long to make one. It's not only cheaper than the GoPro Hero 7 Black, but it offers some things that you can't even get from its main rival. And that includes like a proper front facing screen and HDR video recording. I love the design. The interface is intuitive and there's excellent stabilisation by the looks of it. Okay, yeah, it might not offer live streaming or a super wide angle view like the kind of Hero 7, but I don't think that'll matter too much, yeah. But yeah, if you're after a high-end action camera, then this one has definitely ticks all the boxes. And it's cheaper than GoPro, and you know, obviously you're going to see on the footage on the channel how kind of much better this is going to make it. And apparently the audio is a lot, what have I just done? Oh, yeah, apparently the audio is a lot better on this as well, which is what I want. I did hear you could buy an external mic, but I'm looking at it and I'm thinking you can't. I think that was the Osmo, the gimbal version. I can't remember what that's called, the pocket one. Yeah, I can't see a port for that. Either way, everything else still looks amazing. So yeah guys, I'm going to have a little play around with it, see what I can do. Obviously, definitely a good bit of kit, everything that comes with it, and I don't think we can really complain, to be perfectly honest. So yeah guys, just keep your eye out on the channel for future videos, and I will let you guys know when I'm using the Osmo Action. Like I said, this isn't a paid advertisement. Look, DJI haven't asked me to do it. I'm doing this off my own back, and although I will put a little thing in, and I do congratulate them on this. This was a brilliant bit of kit to build, and hopefully this is gonna help them crush kind of GoPro. Yeah, we'll see how we get on with this, and hopefully that'll bring our channel a new perspective and make things a hell of a lot clearer for you guys, and give you guys better audio, because sometimes mine is terrible. Right guys, we'll catch you in the next video, which will obviously be an explore. I'm not sure where, I'm not sure when I'm going to release this video, but bearing in mind, by the time you most probably see this, I'll still have a few explores that were done on my old camera. But I said I'll let you guys know for sure, which, you know, when I've started using the new camera. Kind of thanks for watching, and yeah, hopefully this is the first of many reviews of items on the channel. We're going to hopefully get some torches in, maybe get a new drone in the future, and I don't know, maybe we'll review, like I've seen like a bag strap for this as well, which I want to get for my chesty. Yeah, we've got a few other bits that I've now got for the channel. I'm going to do like little reviews on them. So there we go guys, it's definitely a brilliant addition. But yeah, we'll see you next one guys. Peace.